What's up, my people?
Hey guys!
Welcome to Podcast X, Y, and Z, the world's number fun video game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Caleb Pearson. To my right, for the first time in what feels like forever, certainly too long, Andrew Matthew.
Hey guys!
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm getting back. I'm so happy to be here, Caleb.
I'm so happy.
Thank you all for just keeping it going while I was gone. Shouts out to Caleb to hosting this podcast so wonderfully. Shouts out to Roro and Daniel Prindle, and then Ben Avery. You guys are awesome. It was fun to watch and listen and be a viewer. I had a minor health injury last week situation, but I'm feeling better. If you see me sitting awkwardly, that is why. But I'm feeling good. I'm really happy to be here. It really has been feel like forever.
If you see me sitting awkwardly, it's because I just have really bad posture. And that's something I need to work on. But Andrew, people always say distance makes the heart grow fonder.
It does.
And I thought that was such BS.
Oh.
But then you went
Wow.
far away from me. At a distance where I really felt you tugging on my heartstrings.
Yeah.
All the way over there, yonder, where you are all chilling.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of you lovely viewers watching us live. If you didn't know, we run Media Interactive, where we come at you each and every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to talk about all things Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. There's so much
We're
to talk
back
about.
Look at this.
We got Podcast Remastered coming out at the end of the month. A brand new giveaway that just happened, Andrew, over on our Patreon.
Giveaway.
And shout out to Ryan, our giveaway winner. We have contacted him. Waiting on his response on how he would like to redeem his $10 certificate to the game store of his choice. That's super awesome.
Ryan, you're awesome.
Remastered's coming out in like Game of Thrones prep, you know?
Yeah.
I think what was a video game hype a month ago is now TV hype coming up for April, so that's super exciting.
Guys, Remastered's gonna be great.
And we also just finalized our airline and hotel
for this
stuff
summer.
for E3, baby.
We're gonna be there.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So much to be
It's
excited.
going to be so much fun. Lots to talk about today, Andrew. I do want to shout out our patrons real quick, and then also those live in the chat. For $1 or $3 a month, you can support us over at patreon.com/Media Interactive. Some of those lovely people are as follows: Xan the Man Xander, newly married. Congrats to you, buddy. Love you. Sue, Silas, Sam, Ryan, our giveaway winner. George, Harry, Lauren, Josh, Kirby, Jonathan, Josh Crowley, Jake, Brendan, and Brad. Thank you guys so much for your support. That's so awesome.
Thank you guys.
You guys have given us the opportunity to just talk about what we love with you guys. And Andrew, is Daniel Prindle in the chat?
Daniel Prindle's in the chat.
Amen. Praise God.
Chubby W Roro in the chat too.
Andrew.
Oh, we got a question already.
Go ahead.
For the E3 hype. Rose says, "Are you guys gonna be interviewing people at E3, like some indie peeps maybe, or just enjoying the shows? You know how dope it would be to have some interviews with some indie folks."
Well, I definitely want to walk around with my phone and get footage at E3.
Yeah.
Andrew and I still have to plan a lot of that.
Yeah.
I would love to get to a point where we can get a vibe the first day.
Right, of course.
See where people are at, and then definitely get to a point where we could talk to people.
Yeah.
I think that's great, especially if they're going to be on the show floor. So we have gamer passes.
Yeah.
Those are brand new. They've only been around for 2 years, I think. So our hope is to not really just hone in. We were kind of talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Not just get in line for the games, but actually try to experience the conference, get to know people, go to the Kind of Funny showcase, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But we will give more details on that.
And we're going to be on Twitter a lot during that event.
Yes.
So if we know something, if we know someone's there, we're going to hit them up. Hey, would you like to talk to me? We'll be doing this some digging. We'll be definitely enjoying it for sure, but we'll keep you guys updated. And it would be awesome for us, too, to be able to deliver some content there. I mean, we're going to live stream. We're going to have you in on the experience.
I literally can't wait.
It's going to be great, but that's a good question.
Andrew, it feels so good to be back with you. This episode's titled V for Victory. I want to talk about Battlefield 5 Firestorm. There are a few other story missions I want to get to, and then I want you to throw in any side missions you missed over the last couple weeks.
I've been missing throwing out side missions.
So get your Firestorm impressions ready if you're watching live in the chat. But first, Andrew, I wanted to talk just a little bit about the Apex Legends Battle Pass. First, did you cop it? Second, are you still playing it? What are your thoughts on the progression so far?
See, I've been out of commission, so I actually haven't bought it yet.
You don't have it? Okay.
I don't have it.
Gotcha.
I've been following it. I've been asking people about it. I've been seeing some footage of it, but I personally have not purchased it yet. I played, I think, one match right before it came out. And then was out of commission from traveling and such. Do you have it? Do you own it?
I do have it. It's underwhelming.
Yeah.
There's not a lot there. But that's not the reason I bought it.
Okay. Yeah.
The reason I bought it was I need to buy it once.
Yeah.
And then the cadence of playing
it's
it.
the same thing.
It's
there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And so the problem is I stopped with Fortnite, obviously. So I'm not going to buy to get back in.
For sure.
but I play enough Apex to where I should not have to pay again.
And how does that work? Is it by like the packs that what?
It's
coins. What is it?
The Apex packs can have coins, but it's the exact same as Fortnite.
Okay.
Level 3, 12, whatever.
Okay.
Gets you coins to where once you get level 100 or whatever, you have enough to buy the next.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The next thing. So I'm excited for it. It is. There's not a lot there. I don't find myself chasing the tiers, being like, yes, I can't wait to unlock this.
Yeah.
But not caring actually helps because then you unlock something and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't care, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No expectation. There's no grind.
Yeah.
The Fortnite grind sometimes.
Are there
I gotta
challenges
get
or is it just levels?
And that's the problem. There are not.
Oh, so
It's
it's just
just
XP.
It's literally just XP,
Interesting.
cosmetic, whatever's. And so I think that'll change.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted, which is why it's, I guess, an issue. Fortnite challenges. Again, I love the idea of those challenges, but I hate building so much. And then challenges. You know, how many brick smiley faces can you build? Like, I'm trying to shoot people, right? So I hope that eventually happens. But Apex is just fun.
What is like the top tier?
I don't even know. I think it's a skin for a character.
Is it like legit?
But well, it's probably actually. I guess you just get enough credits to unlock Octane. He's not a tier unlock. He's a earn your credits and spend unlock.
Gotcha.
But I honestly, I actually haven't been playing enough to keep up with it. So I need to get back into it if I'm going to get it. But anyway, I just figured we'd talk about that.
Yeah, no. I've heard some good things about Octane. Have you guys played? Have you bought it? I heard similar things about it being underwhelming, but I'm hearing people love Octane.
Octane is cool, and it's cool to be on a team with him, even if you don't have him.
Yeah.
He's super fast.
That's cool.
And so all right, so that's kind of the first story mission of the campaign, Andrew. Let's use that to go into the main item, story mission number 2, Battlefield 5 Firestorm. The cadence and action of Apex Battle Royale is unparalleled. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just really think it is. And so I'll kind of start with my thoughts on Firestorm.
Do it.
There's not a lot there. It feels empty while I'm playing it.
Sure.
I think its biggest weakness is the areas they're not different enough or have enough there.
Yeah.
Because it's very much Snowy Hill Barn, Grassy Hill Barn.
Yeah.
You know, the cadence is just, I'm in another town with stairs and a chimney.
Yeah.
Whereas Apex, it's like, okay, somebody's in the canyon, somebody's vertical, somebody's low, somebody's in the ship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I do like, though, the fire idea of it and the harsh reality of the Royale. That's always what I wanted.
Yeah.
And Apex is a little cartoony, but it's still a shooter.
Right.
Obviously, you have Fortnite, you have Apex in the middle, and then you have Battlefield all the way on the other end. I mean,
what do you think about it compared to Black Ops? Do you find it better or worse than Blackout?
I think Blackout is more fun.
Okay.
I think it's slightly more arcadey now with the new HUD elements. And Tommy and I talked about a couple weeks ago, but just the cops and robbers mode now.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is making fun of itself.
Yeah. And
you have the cool weird skins.
Right.
Battlefield just says no. It's all going to be brown and gray and red for fire. So I had fun playing.
Yeah.
But overall underwhelming, and I just kind of wish I was when I died. I wish I could spawn in Conquest.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's right, we're done.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, what about you? What did you think?
Yeah, Daniel says Firestorm's other problem that I have is it's very difficult playing in solo. I have not played solo yet, but that sounds really tough because it's very vehicle-based and it seems very squad-emphasized. For me, I kind of feel the same way. I did like it a little bit more than Blackout originally. Like, my first impression of Blackout was the map was very underwhelming, but I do really like the Battlefield map. I do agree with you that it is very sparse in areas, and it doesn't seem like the locations really matter. But I do really like the fire and the destruction of the buildings. I think it's really cool that buildings can all just be destroyed. You know, in Call of Duty, it was just like the windows could be broken in and someone could sneak around. But in Battlefield, it's like there really is no cover unless you force it. And so I do like the destructibility of the map. I do really like when you get in vehicles. I think one thing that I love about Call of Duty is the combat, is the fighting, the shooting. But vehicles seem pretty off for me in Call of Duty. It didn't seem like the helicopters were kind of off. But in Battlefield, when you were flying the helicopter, it was I was having fun. I was like, this is
flying.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the airstrike came. Yeah, like the building we thought we were safe in. Yeah, we were all playing last night. Shout out to Daniel. And we were playing, and we were in this building, and I really thought we were safe. And then the roof just came in, and that's, to me, is like, I really felt... For the first time, I think I felt like I was in a battle royale.
That is true.
Like I will die and not come back.
Yeah.
And I think that is where it gets it the best with the fire. Like, I look outside and you see fire coming towards you. You're like, it feels like Hunger Games. It's like, I'm going to die. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels really intense, but I agree with you. I think I'm a little bit underwhelmed because coming from Apex, I can't ping. Like, I can't communicate. I can't, like, go from someplace really quickly. I don't have any special bit. I can't respawn. There's a lot of things that I'm just, like, privileged with now with Apex, and I'm just lacking there. But
Yeah.
we kind of talked about it, and I think a lot of people are going to say it is, it's basically like PUBG that works. And I'm okay
Oh
with it.
yeah. I mean,
And for those people that
dead
are
on.
in for an intense shooter battle royale experience, that are sick and tired of loading into PUBG and not being able to shoot your gun, Battlefield 5 is perfect. Also, it's a free update,
That's true.
and I think that's really
And base game has to be less than $30 right now.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I've seen it as low as $20. So to me, yeah, I mean, it doesn't beat the free Apex. It doesn't even beat, to me, honestly, some of the fun that Fortnite has.
Yeah. I can get on board.
But at the same time, I think there are some intense moments there that are very unique. You know, I think it's really easy to make a cut and dry battle royale.
Yeah.
But this one, it feels very Battlefield, which I like. You know, it's like if you didn't like a Battlefield game, you probably wouldn't like it here.
I will say the end game is intense.
Yeah.
And it definitely climbs to that point. But it's the in-betweens. I think Apex is the only battle royale that's constantly fun.
Yes.
Spawn into
Correct.
dead or win.
Correct.
Battlefield 5 is like, you're
Yeah.
kind of just like,
Yeah.
And then the last little bit,
Yeah.
because of the tanks
Mhm.
and the demolition of it all, because Apex doesn't have that.
Right.
There's no destruction
Right.
of the map.
And I think that's what you're saying. I think that proves that point because Battlefield's strong point is when you're in a vehicle, but if you're not,
Right.
the game is like so
Yeah.
mundane.
And Daniel kind of brought it up with the solos thing. It's just solos or squads.
Right.
And so it just feels light. Even the update, you know that
Yeah.
weird intro video it
Uh-huh.
gave you?
Yeah.
It mimics the Battlefield 5 launch of just, we're going to give you
Yeah.
barely it.
Yeah. But at the same time, I have to say, I miss 4 players in Apex. Like, Battlefield having 4 players is really nice.
Yeah, that is true.
I do really don't like going back to 3.
Yeah, no, I know. But I wish I knew I wish they would talk about it.
Uh-huh.
Respawn, I just want them to talk about it. If it's
Mhm.
not coming, it's fine. Just talk about it so I can know what to expect, because it is weird going back to 3 and you're like, oh, that's right.
Because 4 people feels like a full squad.
Because that's always what it's been.
Yeah.
Whatever your norm is.
Yeah.
And so, all in all, though, Andrew, I'm so glad it exists. I'm so glad we have it. I'm so glad we tried it.
Yes, absolutely.
We're at this point where bring it on. Bring on all of these royales.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were talking even too, we were speculating like what if Halo dropped a Battle Royale, and you kind of pointed out like everything that's coming out we can kind of expect a Battle Royale.
I mean, what we said when I told you, I was like, Red Dead Online is launching with a Battle Royale,
Uh-huh.
and it did.
And it did.
And if Rockstar's going to do that, it's a thing. Halo Infinite. Like,
Yeah.
there's going to be an infinite amount of customization and spawning and people shooting each other.
Yeah. And speaking of, they just stopped service for Gears of War 4 servers to completely go in committed with Gears of War 5. If you guys are excited, let me know in the comments. But it's interesting to think, does a game as weird as Gears of War get a Battle Royale? I really doubt it, but it's just something to think about when these games come out, these big titles. Is like,
I bet you, it might not be full scale,
yeah,
but I bet you there's a horde mode that involves
yeah,
eliminating
just so interesting.
something. But yeah, that's a good point. And, you and I will get a vibe on Gears at E3.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
sure we'll get more footage for that.
Yeah, but Firestorm, definitely play it. I wouldn't say don't
try
play
it and play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've only played it one night, 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, we only played a couple of minutes.
And so it'll be interesting. I'm not crazy about the map. The map's just kind of meh. So there's room to grow there for sure. But I'm very excited to get back into Apex.
Yeah.
Andrew, a bunch of stuff happened yesterday.
Yesterday.
Like a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
One of which is going to be our story mission number 3 of the campaign tonight. Apple released all their jaunts, okay, all their software stuff.
Yeah.
One of which, and we'll save the TV Plus talk for Podcast Remastered end of the month here.
Check out for Remastered.
Apple Arcade. Did you watch, first of all, did you watch this Apple event?
I didn't watch it live. I read the recap after.
Did you read the recap where somebody's there and they're time stamping and live reacting?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's it's like The Verge or something.
Yeah.
I like to do that a lot because you get their immediate,
Yeah.
thoughts and reactions to it. Super cool concept. I am not going to play it.
So what? Give me a rundown of what it is.
Basically,
Yeah.
Apple TV already has games.
Apple TV has games
Oh yeah,
right now.
exactly.
If I go on Apple TV, I can
Yes.
play a game.
No, yeah. It's little stupid tilt and touch remote games.
Crossy Road.
Yeah. No, but yes, that is actually it. And so here's my beef.
Flappy Bird, yeah, that's the Flappy Bird.
All right, this is twofold. This is getting into the ideology of it all because Apple Arcade is very much they're glorifying iOS apps. They're just bringing them to Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the clip, everything about it says mobile, cheap, weird games, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine. Some of them are cool.
Yeah.
There's a market for that. But I don't know if any gamers are watching that and immediately latching onto it. Apple fanboys are always going to say, "Oh, and I can tell my friends I can play games now." Duh.
On my Apple TV.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Touch this part of the touchpad or touch come on.
Yeah.
But it brings up an interesting point because there's a question burning in the industry right now, Andrew. Burning. Like it was a little
like
flame.
firestorm.
It was a little flame, and now people are like running and on fire.
Okay.
People are asking this question. The question is, at a room of conference, you're full of people, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How many people in the room would consider themselves gamers? And people are throwing up their hands. The fat hairy guys are right. Throwing up their hands.
And there's us.
Yeah, right. And then there's the people that are young enough to still be proud of it. Then they say, okay, how many of you have games on your phone or play games on your phone? And then the whole room raises their hand.
Yeah.
Point being, everybody's a gamer.
Yeah.
And we've messed up the narrative,
Mm-hmm.
or our branding. The marketing for gamers is off.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I do believe in, that nowadays more and more people are okay with being gamers. Twitch and people, oh wow, you can be a high-functioning member of society and also play games.
Yeah.
That never used to be the reputation.
Okay.
But there's still this disconnect of, oh, you're a gamer,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody who plays, what's the stupid, Candy Crush, 3 hours a day on their phone, they don't consider themselves a gamer. But
Right.
they're just as much of a loser or spending their time doing nothing as
Yeah.
somebody else would be.
As us.
As a 3-hour World of Warcraft player.
Yeah.
Like there is no actual difference, except we have made one where you're a PC gamer,
Yeah.
but you're gonna ignore kids on their iPads for 8 hours a day. So it's uncharted territory of everybody is a gamer, and I think the industry is headed to an awesome place, right?
Yeah.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
But this Apple Arcade thing is just so weird because amidst Google Stadia and what that's going to be,
Right.
Apple wants to make everything sleek.
Uh-huh.
They will remove every port humans need
Mm-hmm.
on their laptop to make it thin.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do to gaming to make it accessible?
Yeah.
And I think the answer to that question is they're not going to do anything innovative. It's going to be super light, smooth, and easy.
Yeah.
Superficial games.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just find it so interesting that Apple is just now trying that stuff.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, it's like they have like smart fridges now.
I mean, fridges are already pretty smart.
Yeah, it's like when you put
that's pretty cool.
when you put a video camera.
When growing up, you know how you get caught on a thought and you're like, "Well, that's wild."
Uh-huh.
I have two. One of which this is completely random.
Here we go.
When I was young, I'd look out the window and be like, "Why is the moon following me?" But it's just 'cause it's so big and so far away. It looks like it's always there, right? You're an idiot kid until you're not.
Maybe you're a genius.
Here's why I was. This is later in life. I couldn't figure out how fridges could just do that. Fridges are so cool, man. They just refrigerate air and just constantly do it. All you need is electricity to make something cold. How do you generate a change in temperature? We figured out the lights, but the temperature thing. I just think it's pretty cool. So, is Apple actually making fridges?
Flappy Bird fridges. Dana says Flappy Bird on fridges, please. Josh says my milk always goes stale after 2 days. My fridge ain't smart. Well, I think you got a bad fridge there, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Or you're buying your milk from some sketchtown dude on the side.
Yeah, who knows about that? But no, I mean, to go back to your point about Apple Arcade, I mean, it's just interesting. Like, I think we revere Apple for all of the technology and ingenuity and always being front, but with their newest stuff, with Apple TV Plus, Apple Credit Card, and Apple Arcade, those three things that they announced, it's like, what? It was kind of like, what do you do? It's kind of like, I've heard even people say, like, Steve Jobs would roll around in a grave. Like, whatever about that. I mean, I understand, like, the company has to take a new direction.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, come on.
Well, they had this cadence, and I could talk about Apple forever. This will be the last thing. They had this cadence where spring it was iPads and computers, fall it was phones and watches or whatever, right? That has completely flipped. The fall is when they unveil, and then the spring is when they update.
Yeah.
But now it's just there's nothing to do in March.
Yeah.
So they're focusing on software, but I mean I watched the event. You have the Apple fanboys that are, Apple it has the #1 phone in the world, and then everybody stands up and starts clapping. Like, freaking duh.
Yeah, right.
But Oprah comes out for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then says Oprah things, and you're just like, okay, this is just weird.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing because they needed. I felt like they needed to fill that conference. So
there's gonna be a Flappy Bird Battle Royale, Apple Battle Royale style. Siri play. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I wish they would do what Sony ended up doing, Andrew, which is on Monday. They did their first ever PlayStation State of Play. Which, if you say 5 times fast, it's just as hard as trying to spell it really quickly, because it's the words backwards. PlayStation State of Play. Okay, they have embraced the Nintendo Direct style reveal of stuff. Did you watch this thing? Okay. Do you know anything about it?
To this point, I have no idea
Okay,
what you're
cool.
talking about.
Let me see how well I can help
Guide
you.
me into that world.
20 minutes long.
Okay.
It's like an inside Xbox.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
They launched with a trailer for Iron Man VR.
Iron Man VR.
In the mask, it looks very good.
Whoa.
And then they did a No Man's Sky VR. And then they did a bunch of other smaller indie releases that I have no memory of.
Okay.
And
they're all VR?
And they, no.
Oh, just
no.
regular. Okay,
Yeah, PS4. And then they said goodbye, and that was it.
Man, there's a huge push for indie games these days. Isn't
But it's paralleled with a huge push for small reveals, and we're going to control the news cycle for this hour.
Yeah.
But so there will be more state of plays. I liked the way they did it. It leaned more Nintendo Direct than it did Inside Xbox.
Uh-huh.
There was no person cutting and introducing and saying
the Forza Motorsport 4.
Xbox, I love them to death, but they just have these really awkward Brits.
Yeah.
Dude, these one-liners and then cut the trailer. Nintendo just does trailer.
Family friendly.
Cool
Mario,
Japanese guy, real quick, trailer.
Yeah.
Sony had just a voiceover lady. Sounded really good. And then just game. So it was good.
Oh, Iron Man VR. I'm interested. I've always been not
VR,
interested.
and that's what we're gonna have to. Now I'm asking. Okay, realistically, like when am I gonna?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's coming. We'll probably have hands on with all sorts of stuff at E3. But what do you? I mean, everyone now is doing that. The small incremental conferences or reveals.
Yeah, I know, it's just interesting. I think there's a lot of attention towards indie developers, which I like. I just don't know where the start of it really came from. Roro says the Days Gone trailer was really good, I thought. Sold me on it, and there were a few VR games that I thought were cool. A lot of people didn't like it. So were you amongst the people that didn't like it, or you liked it?
The state of play?
Yeah. I think there were some high expectations, Roro said.
That's the thing. He brings up a good point. The contents, no, I didn't like. There was not a single thing I cared about. The style, I loved it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. And he said there was a Days Gone trailer?
I did.
And I know you were hyped about that.
The Days Gone trailer was good, but it was, at this point, I'm sold on the game, and I'm just like, at that point, I was like, don't waste this time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We don't need a 12th Days Gone trailer, guys.
Right.
If they did, hey, here's the state of play, and then they just like, oh, by the way, Last was 2. Like, people would still be watching it. They'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
And now I'm concerned. Okay, well then, what is the standard for a state of play? Would they never reveal something really big in it?
Yeah.
Because that was an option, right?
Yeah,
and so now I just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Daniel says there's a lot of VR stuff. If you like VR, it was a solid show. Otherwise, it was lacking, I think. They also announced PSVR hit 4.5 million sold, which is a drop in the bucket compared to the 80 million PS4s out there. But almost 5 million VR is pretty good.
And it's so wired. Everything's wired.
Yeah.
It's not good yet.
Yeah.
Oculus has a new model out that's all wireless. You can actually take it on the subway. It doesn't need a PC anymore.
Wow.
So I'm almost like, is that where I'm going to end up before anything else?
Wow.
Because I don't know if you remember this, but a while ago, like, I was going to go Oculus. And then they were like, you need a PC.
Right. I remember that.
That was the easiest decision I've ever made.
Yeah, right.
But,
Daniel, you know all these facts. Where do you hold all this information?
Dude, he is a freaking...
He knows all the numbers and the year and
encyclopedia,
that's
guy.
Crazy. No, yeah, I didn't know about the state of play. I'll be paying attention to the next one because that's interesting. I think that's really cool that they're using the style of Nintendo Directs because what we've talked about on the show before, Nintendo Directs are really effective and they get the job done. And it's cool that PlayStation is doing the same thing now.
Yeah. Andrew, Nintendo has kind of owned that model of reveals. There are leaks out now to jump into our next story mission of rumored Nintendo Switches. 2 of them.
New ones.
And obviously, along with the twofold rumor, you're going to have a low end and a high end.
Yeah.
Are you aware of these rumors?
Yes, I did. I saw like mock-up pictures of them and like information about them. The Pro for the gamer and the cheap one, like the Nintendo 3DS kind of aspect.
Yeah.
I like this is a love and a hate affair with that news.
Okay.
The love of it is like that's awesome. Like get more Switches out there. I think Switch should continue to sell. I hope the shelf life of the Switch lasts for a while because I know some reports were heading that the sales weren't going to be that great this year. The forecast of it, I'm all about it. And the hate part of it just comes where I'm thinking like, what are the exclusive big Switch games right now? And I'm thinking it's still just Breath of the Wild and Smash, and I'm happy with that. Mario Kart is a Wii U game. Like most of the games on the Switch right now are like third-party games, and then the big three like Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Smash. And I get that, I love it. But the hate part of it is like, don't push another console when we don't have another big Switch game released for.
So you're saying, so would you say that right now their Switch lineup is weak, or are you saying it's weak for a launch of a new hardware?
It is.
Should it here? Let me ask
It's
you.
weak for 2019.
Okay.
It's strong for the Switch's launch, but if you're gonna come out with a new console,
Gotcha.
2019 is void of games except for what like Animal Crossing, and like nothing else has really been announced. So for me, it's like. I love the Switch. Sell it as much as you want, but we need some AAA titles if you're going to keep pushing these consoles in this shelf life.
Yeah, but and maybe they will. I mean, these are rumors.
Yeah, right.
So,
No, absolutely.
You know, hopefully they would. But yeah, I mean that's a good point. Right now, it's a bunch of weird, smaller Nintendo, like Yoshi's Woolly, whatever, is out, and so it'll be interesting to see. So Lauren has a Switch.
Yes.
Are you in the market
To buy my own Switch?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a cheap one.
So would you go low end or would you
I
go regular?
I would go low end. Okay. I would definitely go low end.
I do not see myself getting another Switch. If it's bigger screen and bigger battery life, I don't care.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Personally, I really don't. And also, Andrew, you can't watch Netflix on it yet. They need to up the software capabilities.
Right.
Not even capabilities. That's the wrong word. Abilities. Just allow the option for Netflix to do their thing or put a browser on it or something.
Yeah.
Kind of funny was just making the point of this thing needs to start acting like an iPad.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we love that it's a portable console, but it should be able to do some other stuff, and it just.
And I think that's my point. Is like, who is not sold on the Switch? No one. Like everyone's like, I see the Switch is great. So there's no reason to push another console. What people who have a Switch love it are saying is like, what's next? I need something, not another console. Like you're saying, like I wouldn't buy another Switch.
Yeah.
I'm already sold on it. Like I already have it. I love it. It's great. The potential's there. But what are the Switch games that are going to play home right now?
Right.
There needs to be like 2019 needs to be that instead of like now buy a cheaper one, buy a better one. It's like we're already sold on it, man.
And the reason they're doing it is just to counteract the X's and the S's and the
exactly.
and the whatsies and the.
They could have waited.
Yeah.
It's so soon.
It's weird. It'll be interesting to see what they do and when. Correct me in the chat if there was already a rumored reveal for that. I mean, Andrew, we might be a month away from the new Xbox.
Right, yeah. And that, yeah.
Which, did you see what they're calling it, by the way? This is a freaking side mission. But it should be called a sad mission, because it's called the Xbox One S All Digital.
Yeah, right.
So it's Xbox... people are calling it Xbox Sad. And if that's real, that's a real, travesty. That is just a joke.
Yeah.
But if that thing is cheap and small, and your boy can pack it in a backpack...
The Xbox?
So I can fly with an Xbox, I would do it.
Dude, it'd be awesome if it launched...
Because we could take it to E3 with us, Andrew. Put it in our hotel room.
It'd be great if it launched with xCloud and we could just, play it on our phone,
and just go. Yeah. Just freaking do it.
And so here's my side quest real quick about Stadia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I didn't get a chance to talk about Stadia.
Go ahead.
I was so on board with everything you guys were saying, and I agree basically to everything. However, it's just completely streaming.
Oh, I know. No, I know.
That's so frustrating. It's like the potential is out of the roof, but it's like, wait, I don't have good enough Wi-Fi to do that.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about. Because it's just they're missing out on a lot of people. And even your controller is only Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and
connected.
so then it's like, when I think about xCloud, I get nervous. And I think about, what's the new Xbox? And I think, if you're going to make me stream all these things, I don't know, man, streaming is not the way to go for me for gaming. Streaming games is not going to sell me.
You're old school. You definitely...
It's not going to get me.
And I just... If I'm streaming a game, how are you going to stream on a subway? Those things
That's
go
what I'm-
under the ground.
Yes, and that's where I think the Switch had it perfectly.
Right. That's true. That's a good point.
So if xCloud can mimic that, if the new Xbox can do that, I'm sold.
All Google is doing is saying, here's our version of Switch.
Yeah.
You have to be online though.
Yeah.
Con. Pro is whatever screen you already own can do it.
Yeah.
That's what's weird.
Yeah.
As far as the diversification of games, I'm all for it. 'Cause I
Right.
have a Switch.
Yes,
So it's theirs to lose,
Yeah.
and I'm theirs to win over. I
Yeah.
don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't see people becoming Stadia fanboys. Like I just, what are they gonna be and what are they gonna do?
I think xCloud will be the better version of it, and I think they already had the idea,
yeah.
and I think that's it. And this is the best moment for me as a co-host because in the chat, Roro said, "I want an Xbox now, guys. You guys are a bad (parentheses good influence on me," and that I can't do anything better than that is convince
Dude.
someone to buy an Xbox. Roro, Daniel says we're gonna have to call up the entire Halo saga, guys. That's it right there.
Dude, we went viral on Twitter, Andrew, but if we get Roro to buy an Xbox,
That's it.
That is how you...
If we all meet up and play Halo together, that's
stop. That's what heaven is like.
that's the greatest.
That is what heaven is like. Roro, just buy an Xbox, dude. Oh,
You're big time now. You got your own podcast. You got the money for it. Buy an Xbox.
dude, I want to buy him an Xbox so bad.
Yeah,
He
that'd be
is
amazing.
the man. Speaking of Xbox and all this Nintendo nonsense, Andrew, here's a side quest for
Let's
you.
do it.
And this is big time news.
Big time news.
We're just dumb for putting in a side quest.
Let's do it.
Microsoft sent Cuphead to the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's huge.
And here's why I love this.
Huge.
The game is awesome, and obviously what is happening is awesome. But remember a month ago the slow build of, wait a second, Xbox Live is going to Switch,
Huge.
and then they said Xbox Game Pass is coming to Switch, and then they said Xbox games will be playable on Switch, and then they said here is the first
It's
one.
crazy. This is absolutely.
That is the flow of what is normally toxic journalism,
Yeah.
but it's actually full on legit.
It's amazing.
And not to attack the journalism world, but just Microsoft has been incrementally saying we mean what we say.
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah.
And that's the first ever
It's
time
thrilling.
that has happened.
And people are saying it's bad for Xbox. Wait till you can fully launch it. That's BS.
Dude.
It is beautiful that they went to
And that's the key.
the developer and said, "Put this on the Switch." And we talk to Phil Spencer and you hear about what he wants. And he says, "We just want everyone to play our games." Listen, who
If the
cares
Sony-
about business move? This is beautiful.
If the Sony exec walked into Naughty Dog headquarters and said, "Hey Neil,
Yeah.
give us a release date for Last of Us 2," obviously they would ask for that. But then they would say, "And put The Last of Us on Xbox right now."
Yeah.
They would shoot that guy in the head.
Get
They
out
would
of here.
say, "This is some iRobot stuff. You are fake."
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah, exactly. But I love the Microsoft and Nintendo partnership,
I love
whatever
it.
you want to
It's
call
amazing.
it. The wall, tear down this wall.
That's what I'm saying. And
Okay.
the Cuphead. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
beautiful.
And I love that it's an indie platformer that could have been generated by graphics in the
Amazing.
90s.
It's amazing.
That,
And if
that
you
is
don't,
going to be
yeah.
that slow bleed.
It's amazing. Daniel says, I think at E3 we could see another step of that Nintendo-Microsoft partnership. Oh, boy.
I promise
Oh,
you, I
boy.
think we're going to hear more
Oh, boy.
before then.
Could you just imagine Phil Spencer came out and said, well, I want to welcome Nintendo on our Microsoft presentation today. I mean, it's just beautiful. Gaming, it's absolutely wonderful. I'm just incredible. And if you guys don't know the story of the developers of Cuphead, check that out too. Because
awesome.
two guys that just dropped out of quit their jobs to create this game. It's wonderful now to be played on Switch, and I heard now you can get gamer points, gamer score for your Xbox account on Switch game.
It's coming, dude. It is
It's just wonderful.
so cool.
So very, very, very cool. Yeah, it should have been a main quest. That's a huge
That's big
deal.
time.
This is the start of something.
Yeah. Andrew, we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, Game of Thrones is coming. A lot of cool stuff happening in April. Star Wars Celebration is the second weekend in April, or the third, or whatever. Calendars are hard. Like April 13th or something. So I'm obviously excited for that.
Yeah.
We finally have another December Star Wars year.
Yeah.
But Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is going to be revealed. And here's why that's exciting. They are up front and saying, at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, April 13th, we will do a gameplay trailer reveal of Star Wars Jedi Fallen. You know what I mean? So we know when it's coming and what it's going to be.
I'm going to get my bowl of cereal out, and I'm just going to...
What are your expectations, if any, for this game? What would you like it to be?
Just give me a Star Wars game.
That's good.
Just give
right?
me a Star Wars game.
And give me a Star Wars game that just doesn't get clobbered the week of its release.
Just give me a Star Wars game.
Just give us a Star Wars game that doesn't end in tears. Like
It's not EA. I mean, I think at this point, if it's just not EA, we're fine.
every Star Wars game in the last decade, the only defense is ... But at least it's beautiful and it'll
Yeah.
go on sale. That is so sad to me.
Mhm.
I'm very excited because it's different. You start to realize, oh wow, that's right. The game isn't called Battlefront. It's called Star Wars Battlefront. Battlefront is one part of a huge thing,
Right.
but that just hasn't been the case in gaming, at least.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is finally happening, the fact that it's Respawn,
Yeah.
is
Respawn's
so
never
good.
made a bad game, Daniel says in the chat.
Yes, no, and he says that every week, and he's right.
Daniel's gonna go to grave for that.
Yeah, part of me wants to go to look up Respawn games and find the like mid 1990s PC games.
That's like
the
trash.
one guy
Yeah.
that launched Respawn started, but yeah. Jedi Fallen Order, I'm so excited
Yeah,
for it. I want it to be Rogue One level different,
Mhm.
and we know chronologically that's where it lies,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
It says the younglings right after Order 66.
Mhm.
So to think you've escaped Darth Vader's clutches essentially, and now
Yeah.
you're growing rogue as a Jedi. Like,
Right.
That's pretty.
I mean, just give me. I'm excited. I mean, I'm definitely excited. Daniel says Respawn wasn't started back then. Caleb, he knows his facts.
Daniel, I was making a joke.
Oh,
You know,
funny.
he's so good. I can't
That's
stay
so
mad
funny.
at him.
He is quick facts,
I
man.
can't stay
He's
mad
really
at
on top of it.
Yeah.
Daniel also says, I don't know if this is true. It was created from the ashes of Infinity Ward. I didn't know that.
Ashes of Infinity
I
Ward.
don't know if that.
The studio.
Yeah, like the Call of Duty studio. I don't know.
Well,
if that's like
wait. Infinity Ward. The people split, right? Something happened.
He knows the quick
during
facts,
Call
man.
of Duty game.
Yes, Vince.
How fast do you think his fingers are moving
Yes,
right now?
Vince Zampella and Jason West. So yeah, I mean, I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay, yes, you're right.
That's pretty cool.
They
I didn't
took
know
this
that.
on. Yeah.
When they were fired from Activision. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yes. So
Wow,
that's
cool.
good. Again, big names working on it, and at that point, Andrew, that transition, there's no way they didn't talk about the fact, hey, EA's ruining our lives. You know?
Like, he's ruining everything.
Like, hey, now can we at least talk about
Yeah,
it? Sort of thing.
yeah.
So, because it's so funny. That's been their defense.
Uh-huh.
Oh, another crappy Star Wars game. Well, we've been working on it for 5 years.
Yeah.
We've had our heads down
Yay.
working on our passion project.
Uh-huh.
Like, man, shut up. We've been complaining about EA for a decade. Like,
Forever.
now's the time for change. So I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for Star Wars Celebration and
yeah.
everything that means.
Let's go.
Andrew, one last story mission.
Yeah.
And then live viewers in the YouTube chat, if you have any questions or any other stories that we've missed, now's your chance to throw them
Please,
out there before
let
we
us
end this
know.
podcast.
Yeah.
But Outer Worlds,
Yeah.
Andrew, is a game that grabbed your and I's attention.
Mhm.
Was that the Game Awards reveal? Or was that
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Dropping exclusively on Epic Game Store for a year.
Yeah.
This was a story you snagged.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I think it's like we talk a lot about console, but this is a little bit PC geared. And I know Seth out there will appreciate this, but I also think it's a big deal because I think thinking about a lot of things. So the story is Outer Worlds, big game, looks like Borderlands, from the people that made Fallout New Vegas. It got pulled from Steam and it's dropping on Epic Game Store for a year, so you can't get it on Steam until a year after. On consoles, you're fine. But if you're a PC gamer on Steam, you love your Steam, Outer Worlds will not be there. It will only be on Epic Game Store. And I think so. What is frustrating? So for me, I'm trying to think about it in terms of me because I can't.
Sure. Yeah,
imagine.
no,
I'm like,
I got you.
why not download it? I'm thinking like, what if the Microsoft Store wasn't the only place you could get games? Like on my Xbox, what if Ubisoft came out with their own thing and was like, to play the next Assassin's Creed game, you can't go through the Microsoft Store. You have to go through our store, and the gamer points won't translate, and all of your save data is on our store. I'll be pretty frustrated.
Right.
And I know that's not realistic.
Yeah.
But I think it must be frustrating. And I know we don't like monopolies, right? So Steam, like, oh yeah, just Steam. And I don't think that's the case here. I think it's just frustrating that the money talks there. And I saw a rumor. Someone can fact check me on this. But someone said the Outer Worlds developer said they didn't want it in the first place. Like they were kind of forced into it by money and all this stuff. And that's frustrating. And Daniel says you can also get it on Windows 10 Store with Epic Games Store at launch. So yeah, I just think it's interesting, the dynamic of Epic Games. So we talked about it before when we talked about, at the game showcase, right? They were saying on Epic Games Store.
Yeah.
And so I think it's interesting. You're seeing this new dominant force. It's kind of like Apple, right? Like it's just so much money thrown at it. Now they're pulling stuff.
And it's interesting to think about somebody who has been in development, and then right at the cusp of release,
Mm-hmm.
there's this change in the tide of we're redirecting your plane.
Yeah.
You're gonna land here,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, but we packed for there. And it's a store. It's fine. Your game is your game.
Right.
But again, it's very much on the users of just this whole like Steam will still be around, but not with this game.
Right.
Here are all the shiny
Yeah.
things over here. Is Epic Games out and proven? Is it a thing already?
I believe so.
Because I haven't heard whether people love it or hate it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it rolled out and people just deal with
Well,
it.
so take this with a grain of salt. Angry Joe said it's out and it's trash, but obviously Angry Joe
Right.
is
He
angry
has
at
to be
everything. I've
Division
heard-
2 was on it?
Yeah, they pulled Division. It's on Ubisoft Store and
Oh.
now Epic Games too.
Okay.
So a lot of games are being pulled. And then Daniel said, yeah, Obsidian didn't know about the exclusivity before this was announced reportedly. That's frustrating.
And that's got to be. I would be protective
Yeah.
over my own,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
product,
Yeah.
and then it's like we didn't talk about this.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to think about
it's
that.
crazy.
And is it bad that at the end of the day I'm like console?
Right, and that, yes. And that's
You
why
know?
I had to start to think about it. Like, what if that came to the
Right. And that's
consoles?
yeah.
And that's terrifying. But right now, I'm like, I'm fine.
Sucks for you guys.
I'm gonna get the Outer Worlds day
No,
one.
I definitely get that.
But the idea of like a third party kind of like taking all these games and putting them in one, it's just kind of weird.
it is weird.
And I don't know. And so it's just something interesting. We had a question from the chat
Go
who
ahead.
said,
Hit me.
want us to touch anything.
Yeah.
Robo said, did you guys catch the Xbox Indie Showcase that just happened?
Dude, I did not watch it.
I did not personally either. Daniel missed it too. Roro, if you could maybe give us a rundown while Caleb does some research himself. But I did hear that, I heard one thing, and I'll say that. I heard that there's a lot of indie games coming out that are coming exclusively day one on Game Pass, which I think is pretty cool. Like the idea of like day one launches on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Roro says it was pretty cool. I'm so excited for After Party. So there's a lot of indie games that are coming
Yeah.
that showcase on Xbox. That's pretty cool. I missed it. I need to be more involved because,
Well,
like I
that's the
said,
thing,
indie
Andrew,
games
it's-
are like.
and it's the medium of Twitter.
Mhm.
It's them doing all this stuff, and it's funny because Xbox, once Apple and Sony said Monday, March whatever, at this time, join our live stream on
Yeah.
Twitter, on wherever. Xbox tweeted, we also have something.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like everybody's hopping on this day,
Right.
and then people in the industry are kind of freaking out, saying, are these all connected? Like,
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
You know, what's happening? And there's GDC, and then there's PAX East happening next week.
Right.
So it's almost like this was the time.
Uh-huh.
Once your developers are back, and then you are showing stuff at PAX East,
Yeah.
there's this time
Yeah.
to say, here's a sneak peek at all this stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Um,
Didn't you say you liked a game called Oxenfree? Did you?
Oh,
try
heck
it?
yeah.
They-
It's super
They
good.
said there's a game similar, or maybe from the same developers, called After Party that you might be interested in. That was announced.
Is After Party the same developer? I'm clicking on After Party here.
Because
Because Oxenfree is on Game Pass, and it's super good.
I just assumed it because
Night-
same developer.
Yeah, Night School Studio.
So their next game is called After Party. It's supposed
Cool.
to be
Yeah,
really
I need to look into that then. And then it says it's coming this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be sweet. And again, just we've been saying it. Just go ahead. You can always quantity. The Game
Yeah. Right.
Pass.
Yeah. Just straight.
We do want quality.
Yeah. Right.
But it's exciting to think all that said. And then again, I mean, Microsoft is vamping for E3. They're the only one vamping up for E3.
Yeah. Exactly.
To see them do a indie focus is great. You know,
Yeah. For sure.
because they have every excuse in the world to not do that anymore for the next couple months. They have every right to do nothing. So the fact that they're doing something,
Yeah.
is super cool.
Thanks for putting us on, Roro. I will check that out as well. I'll go
Absolutely.
follow up and watch it.
Andrew,
Woo! It's good to be back.
back.
It's good to be
buddy.
back.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Uh,
Thank you all for watching and
Yeah,
listening.
thank you guys so much. We're back at it, back into our routine. Podcast Remastered will be coming out on patreon.com/media interactive at the end of the month. Shout out to Ryan, our giveaway winner.
Yeah,
I'm
you.
going to reach out to him to make sure he gets all his goodies. You can find all these podcasts and all the HD audio release with Greg Miller's intro up tonight on YouTube, Tuesday nights around 11. And then they'll also be on Spotify and Apple and everything else.
Everywhere.
They
Your
go to
smart
everything.
fridge.
Yeah, yeah.
Your smart
Open
fridge
your
will-
fridge
yeah.
And your milk is going to look like it says, "What's up, my people?"
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely check out the HD audio. Come back through. Thank you guys so much for joining the chat live. You guys make this podcast happen.
You guys
We
are-
love you all so much. Excited for what's to come. Much love, and keep on gaming.
Peace.